All right, we're live.
What a beautiful day for softball. A little breezy, but the sun is shining. Your Lady Panthers will host the middle school Lady Tigers, the Mount Pleasant Lady Tigers middle school. Good grief. Mount Pleasant's here traveling over to us today as we get ready to start the game. Due up for the Lady Tigers will be McNeil, Pugh, and Scroggins. On the mound today for Lewis County is Juliana Roden. First pitch taken for a ball, down and away. Juliana came on in relief the game Friday. Lady Panthers take a loss to Richland. Second pitch from Juliana's taken for a ball. She falls behind in the count 2-0. We're just getting started here at Lewis County High School. Your Lady Panthers take on the Mount Pleasant Lady Tigers. 2-0 to the plate. Taken down the middle for strike one. Just as every other team, if we throw strikes and get ahead, we're pretty good.
3-1 count.
31 here to McNeil. She'll be out in center today for the Lady Tigers. 3-1. Ball's hit to Tiller at second.
Oh, I missed that one.
Take one step back and catch that ball on the line. So the 3-1 is lined out over to the second baseman, Tiller. First out of the inning. This brings up Pugh. She'll be pitching today for the Lady Tigers. Let's get settled in here. Just throwing strikes. One 0. Taking strike one. Juliana on the mound today. Brooklyn Crowell behind the plate. Kenley Keltner at third. Dotson at short. Tiller at second. Stutz at first. Strike two. Smith, Tanner, and Atkins in the outfield.
Let's go get her right here. Head in the count.
Yep. 1-2. The changeup hangs high. Evens the count at 2. Lady Tigers here hitting with one out. Roden, ball up the middle. Tiller's going to field it on a hop. Make a strong throw.
Out number 2.
2 hitters into the first inning. Taya Tiller's got 2 putouts. Up next is the Lady Tigers shortstop. This is Scroggins. Good off-speed pitch, a little off the plate. She takes for ball one. So the 1-0 from Roden. Swung through. Well, high heat there. The 1-1. Taken down and away for ball 2. Scroggin goes ahead in the count here 2-1 with 2 outs in the top of the first. So Lady Tigers are Mount Pleasant visiting our Lady Panthers. Scroggins takes strike 2 on the outside corner. Evens the count up here at 2. Two balls, 2 strikes here. Change-ups hit out to short. Dotson's going to field it. Strong throw to Stutz, and that'll end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Tigers. And your Lady Panthers due up here to hit. Dotson, Tiller, Tanner due up for the Lady Panthers as we go to the bottom of the first. This is Lady Panther softball. We're here on the High Forest Sports Network.
All right, we're back for the bottom of the first. Lady Panthers will be coming up for their first at bat. We're playing Mount Pleasant at home. Right now, the score is 0-0. Tomorrow we play at 5. Play Hickman County. That's a big game for us. A district game.
Senior night too, right?
Senior night. I think all that's starting at 4:30, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's going to put me in a scramble to try to get here and get everything set up.
Be in a hurry.
So,
Lady Tigers go 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. That'll bring up the Lady Panthers in our half here. Dotson, Tiller, Tanner due up for the Lady Panthers. A lot of times we run as Dotson runs. After moving Michaela to the leadoff spot, she kindly got hot, and that helped us start scoring a few runs. She takes ball 1, up and in. Ball hit out to right. Right fielder comes on. She tracks and catches the first out here in the bottom of the first. Lady Panthers will bring Tiller to the plate. Hit him from the left side where she likes to slap. Ball in the dirt's hard to handle. She takes ball 1 outside. Third baseman in 3 steps at third. First is even with a bag. She doesn't seem to be charging. I'd say a bunt down there and she's safe. Tiller ahead here 2-0. She takes ball 3. They're going to charge on the left side of the infield. I guess they're leaving it up to the pitcher to cover this side. 3-0 to Tiller. She's taken, and that'll be ball 4. So Tiller draws a walk. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the first, Taya draws a walk, and that brings up C.J. Tanner. Claire with a good day Friday. Lady Panthers lose a tough one, 10-7 to Richland. But Clara came up in the bottom of the 7th inning as we trailed by 3. And Clara hit a 3-run bomb to tie us up and send us to extras.
Tiller stole first on the first pitch.
Clara swings through one trying to protect her on the steal. So does her job. She takes ball 1 here to even the count. So Lady Panthers now with their first runner in scoring position. The 1-1 to Tanner is inside, but she fouls it off. Braley's in the on-deck circle, but that's not what we have on our card. 1-2.
I heard him holler at the other coach right before the game to hold up on something, so I don't know if he changed something after.
He must have changed. He's got Jalen here on the card as a defensive player. Tanner's going to swing through the 1-2 and strike out swinging for the second out of the inning. This is going to bring up Braley Carroll. So he must be going to use her. She takes strike 1. That's a ball's up the middle. That's a single. He's going to send Tiller. She'll round third and score. So Braley Carroll, a big 2-out single. She singles to center. Grabs that first RBI. So Lady Panthers strike first. Go up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Playing here with 2 outs. This is senior Kinley Keltner, who's been seeing it as well as anybody on the team.
Yeah, she's had some really great at-bats the last few ball games.
Lady Panthers lead their district 3-1 district. I lost sound there.
Yeah, I don't know why. That go off?
Fired off, yeah. Check.
Mike.
There we go.
I don't know what happened. Unplugged the power and it all died.
It all went. Lady Panthers lead their district. They're 3-1 in the district with 2 district games left to go. The ball's hit hard out to short. Short's going to throw to first, and that'll end the inning as Keltner grounds out 6-3. The Lady Panthers lead after 1-0. As we're bringing you live Lady Panthers softball here on the High Four Sports Network. As we start the second inning, Brooklyn Roden back out on the mound for the Lady Panthers. They lead here 1-0. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. This is Janlin, the Lady Tigers second baseman. 1-1 to count here. Top of the second inning. Lady Panthers lead 1-0. He says that one's outside. Got 2 big district games this week, Coach. Tomorrow we host Hickman County. Thursday we travel to East Hickman. Those are the last 2 games for the district. That'll decide the district regular season. After the reorganization, we only have 4 teams in our district. And so far, we are leading. We're 3-1. Dropped that first one to Riverside, and then came back and beat them pretty good when we traveled over there. The 3-1's hit out to Taya. He's going to field it, make a throw over to first. Janlin grounds out for the first out here in the top of the second. Think we get to host if we win the regular season, right?
Yep.
So if we handle our business tomorrow and Thursday, we should get to host our part of the district tournament, or our district tournament.
And I think tomorrow could sew the whole thing up.
Is that right?
I think so.
I wasn't sure how the standings were for everybody else. I do know that Riverside dropped one to Hickman.
Well, I think, yeah, they did.
Good pitch. This is Lovett. She's the defensive player. She's basically the DH. Softball plays with the flex. Good pitch. That ball had a lot of spin on it. So the 1-1 fouled out of play. Makes it 1-2 here on Lovett. Playing with 1 out here in the top of the second. Lady Panthers lead 1-0 over the visiting Lady Tigers of Mount Pleasant. 1-2 from Roden. Change up and in. For ball 2. Evens the count at 2. Roden to Lovett. Fastball in the inside corner. And he's going to catch her. He calls her standing there looking. So Roden's first K on the day. That's out number 2. This is the third baseman, Evans. So far, 5 up, 5 down for Juliana on the mound. Change up, hit straight back, right at us, off the fence. That was a better change up than she's been throwing. Whatever adjustment she made there worked. So fouled straight back. 0-1 here to the Lady Tiger third baseman. Ball hit down. Dotson's going to field. Throw. And she's out. A ground out to 6. Dotson ended the first inning on a ground out, put out. And she's going to end the second inning the same. 6 up, 6 down for the Lady Tigers. The Lady Panthers are coming up for their second trip to the plate with a lead of 1-0. This is Lady Panther softball, and we're here on the High Four Sports Network.
All right, we're back for the bottom of the second. Lady Panthers do have a 1-run lead. This will be their second at bat.
Due up for the Lady Panthers, Roden, Stutz, and Adkins.
Pitch is down for ball 1.
Roden's the Lady Panther pitcher today. Last Friday, went 1 for 3, hit 3 balls right back up the middle. A couple of them got her on. They were in double play depth because she had runners at first, and so they were there to get the fielder's choice. But that third one was a bullet. She's seeing the ball. Was seeing the ball great.
Fouled
ball
off.
Straight back up the middle.
So 2-1's the count. First 2 pitches low. Third pitch fouled off. That pitcher works a lot quicker than most.
Boy, she does. The ball's back up the middle. Shortstop. Gonna make a play. Ball she got a good hop there on that last one. Julie's gonna ground to the shortstop. She's gonna record the first out here in the bottom of the second. This will bring up senior Sophie Stutz.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's calling pitches for her.
She is rocking and rolling. I know that.
Yeah.
First pitch is Stutz, foul back. 0-1 the count here. Pugh is the Lady Tiger pitcher. 0-1 taken for strike 2.
That ball had a little movement on it.
Mm-hmm. I'm amazed. Sitting up here behind the plate and getting to watch that ball move. 0-2. That ball's pretty straight. Fastball up. So Stutz takes that one for ball 1. 1-2 the count here to Sophie, playing with 1 out after the Roden ground out. 1-2 to Stutz. Ball's in. She's going to foul hard. We'll do the 1-2 again.
Well, the good thing about today, it's not hot up here.
Nope. Ball's off the hands, but it's up the middle, and she's going to get it right past second base, and it'll roll into center. So got in on her, but Sophie's strong enough to muscle that ball out past second. She's going to single to center. This brings up Cabry Adkins, the junior right fielder. We talked about this early in the year. She takes ball one. We've got some speed at the top and speed at the bottom. We're getting to the speed part of our bottom here. Ball's in. She swings through it. Ooh. Catcher's going to whip a ball over to first. Stutz back, no problem. The count here for Atkins is 1-1. Out ahead just a little bit of that one. Takes the count 1-2. We do have one out. Stutz is a Lady Panther at first. 1-2 is going to be up and away. Cabry's going to swing through it for out number 2. This brings up freshman catcher Brooklyn Crow. She'll be after it. Ball's in. Gets in on the hands, but she fouls it back into the screen. Something in the gap here, Brooke. What about it? 0-1 to her. Is in. It's one thing we've noticed. You got to be willing. They stand on the plate, so you got to be willing to throw the ball inside.
Yep.
0-2 to Brooklyn. And he calls strike 3 on the outside corner.
So that'll end the second.
That ends the second. Lady Panthers still lead 1-0. This is Lady Panther softball, live from Lewis County High School, right here on the High Four Sports Network.
All right, we're back, getting ready to start the third inning. Lewis County still holding on to a 1-0 lead.
Good shot there. So far, 6 up, 6 down. Against the Lady Panther Southpaw, Juliana Roden. 2 up for the Lady Tigers, Gray, Haywood, and Devers. 7, 8, 9. This is Gray, the Mount Pleasant left fielder. So far, Julie been around the plate. She'll take the first pitch for ball 1. So far, Juliana's been around the plate, making them put it in play. Defense has answered the call so far. 1-0 here from Roden. Ball 2 high. We were discussing that today about how much faster softball games are than baseball games.
Yeah, and we got actually 2 pitchers that are working pretty quick today, so it's really moving on.
Swings through the 2-0. Strike number 1. 2-1 the count here to Gray. Foul straight back for strike 2. We even the count up here at 2. As the Lady Tigers come to hit here in the top of the third. They trail our Lady Panthers 1-0. Roden to the plate. 2-2's fouled up. and out of play. Maybe not in the pickup.
Maybe not.
Count still 2-2. Our sophomore southpaw, Juliana Roden on the mound. 2-2's going to be low and away. That'll fill us up here. So 3-2 to the plate. You're going to hit the ball up the middle. That ball's going to be singled hard into center. Fielded by Tanner and thrown back in. So the first hit of the day for Mount Pleasant, first base runner.
First hit,
Yep.
First base runner.
Yeah. There went our perfect game and our no-hitter.
Yep.
Let's roll 2 in the middle. This is Haywood. She's in right today for the Mount Pleasant Tigers. She squares to bunt. She's going to bunt, but bunt foul. Keltner will pick it up barehanded. Haywood will fall in the count here 0-1. Would you think that the ball, to me, that rise ball would be the hardest pitch to bunt?
Yeah.
Any ball up above your hands where you got to try to reach and get it,
Yeah. And
you have a chance of popping that thing up in the air.
you got to get on top of the bunt, too.
She's going to pull back, squares to bunt again, takes the 0-1 for ball one. Count here 1-1 now to Haywood. Lady Tigers do have a runner at first. That's Devers after her single to center. Third base charging. Squared the bunt. She pulled back but took strike 2. So the count 1-2 here from Roden. That's going to be ball 2 outside. Hey, Gray does not have a big lead at first. Coach Carroll gives the sign into Roden. 2-2 here. Strike
Good
3
pitch.
on the outside corner. That ball had some tail to it. So Haywood goes down looking. This is number 20, Devers, in the 9 hole here for the Lady Tigers. She's their catcher. Gray still the Lady Tiger at first. She's going to square the bunt. She does get the bunt down. Keltner's going to field and throw. So sacrifice bunt from Devers. Will be the second out of the inning, and it'll turn the order over for Mount Pleasant. This is going to be McNeil. She lined out to Tiller her last time, but that'll put a Lady Tiger in scoring position as Gray will move to second on the sacrifice bunt. First pitch to her is a changeup. Floats, but Tiller fields, and Tiller throws. So McNeil will ground out to Taya. To end the top half of the third inning. So the Lady Tigers do get a base runner, but they leave her there. And Lady Panthers still lead 1-0. So we're through 2.5. This is Lady Panther softball here on the High Four Sports Network.
All right, we're back for the bottom of the third. Lewis County still holding on to a 1-run lead. Looks like we're back to the top of our lineup.
Yep, this will be Dotson, Tiller, and Tanner. Due up for the Lady Panthers. Michaela flew out to ride her first time. Takes the first pitch down for ball one. One over to Dotson. She's swinging. Ball's hit in the left. Hard ground ball through the 5-6 hole. This will bring up Taya Tiller, who walked in the first inning. Now, the first baseman's going to charge here. Dotson will take second. If they keep creeping. One over to Tiller. She's going to bunt it to the third baseman. No
Pretty
chance.
bunt.
No chance.
She just conceded that.
Yeah, no chance. If it takes you that long to get to it, it ain't happening. You just nearly got to be standing on top of her.
I still don't, not 100% sure why we didn't go to third, though.
No. First, two Lady Panthers on. This will bring up Tanner. The first pitch she sees, she's fouled straight back. Claire struck out swinging her first time as the ball got in on her hands. She comes up here in a spot to do some damage. Takes the 0-1 for strike two. Not what she was thinking, probably. Claire's behind in the count here, 0-2. Ball out.
I don't think she's going to see anything for a few pitches now.
Claire with plenty of pop. Takes the ball up for ball two. So evens the count back here at 2. Lady Panthers on Dotson's two singles to start off the bottom of the third. Dotson singles hard to left and an infield single from Tiller. 2-2 here to Tanner. She fouls off hard past third. Coach Tiller will grab that one on the second hop. 2-2, here's the count. Ball's in to Tanner. She gets 2 at this time, fouls it straight back. Pugh is still the Lady Tiger pitcher. Not done bad through 2 innings of work. She's been around the plate. That ball is going to be in for ball 3. Tanner's going to hit here with a full count. Base hit ball 4 here, Clara. She gets the ball down the middle, fouls it straight back into the screen here. Dotson, the Lady Panther at second. Tiller's the Lady Panther at first. Playing here with nobody out. Chance to do some damage. Tanner's going to take the 3-2 up, and she'll walk. And that'll load the bases. This is going to bring up Braylee Carroll. Singled hard to center last time. Knocked in the lone run of the game so far. We talked about early. Pugh doesn't waste any time getting ready to pitch. First pitch to Carroll. Taken for strike 1. So the 0-1 to Carroll. Swung through for strike 2. So she's down here 0-2. Everybody straight away. Infield in the middle. Ball hit hard in the middle. I guess they're going to try to get the force at the plate. A little bit concerned about scoring runs, I'd say. 1-2 taken for ball 2. So 2-2 the count. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Full of Lady Panthers. She's going to smoke that ball to the left. 2-hop to the left fielder. Dotson will score. He rounds Tiller hard. They're going to have to do something because that's going to score Tiller. So they've got Tanner in a pickle. She's going to go hard back. They're going to get her diving back to second. That's going to score 2. So Carroll with another single to left and an RBI. Tanner rounded second hard, headed for third, but Tiller holds Taya. Dotson scores easy. Taya rounded hard at third. Coach Tiller holds her, and Tanner didn't see it and got hung in between second and third. So Tanner draws the throw, which she should do to score that run. So Lady Panthers lead 3-0. And now Braley, the lone Lady Panther at first. Keltner fouls the first pitch back and then takes ball 1 high and inside. 1-1 to count here to Keltner, playing with 1 out in the top of the third. Lady Panthers tack on 2, lead 3-0. Ball hit to the shortstop, backhand. That's a good play. That's a dang good play. Ball hit in deep in the hole. She throws out Keltner off the backhand, and a good strong throw to first. That's Scroggins. That was a great play. So Juliana Roden, the Lady Panther pitcher, she's going to hit one to shortstop. Scroggins is going to field it. She's going to throw. She's going to get her too. So after 3, Lady Panthers tack on a couple, take a 3-0 lead as we go into the top of the 4th. This is Lady Panther softball. John Owen, Rob Inman, we're bringing it to you live right here on the High Force Sports Network.
All right, we're back. Start of the 4th. Lady Panthers lead by a score of 3-0 against Mount Pleasant.
Due up for the Lady Tigers, 2, 3, 4. Be Pugh, Scroggins, and Janlin. First pitch here to the Lady Tiger pitcher, taken for ball 1 outside. Lady Tigers did get a runner on last inning. Second as far as they could get her. 1-0 here to Pugh. Ball 2 outside. She grounded out to Taya over at second in the top of the first. 2-0. Ball's down and away for ball 3. One thing that we've had a little bit of trouble with is when we finally mount a rally, we've had trouble coming back out behind it and kind of keeping the momentum. The 3-0 is high, goes all the way to the fence for ball 4. So the Lady Tiger pitcher is going to draw a walk here to lead off their half of the 4th inning. This will bring up Scroggins. She's the Lady Tiger shortstop. Couple of putouts in the last half. She grounded out to Michaela on a hard ground ball to end the first inning. Be nice if we could dial up another one of those.
Yep. Called strike.
Yes, sir. First pitch taken for strike one. Ball's out. She's going to punch it out into center. That's the wrong place to put it. Tanner's going to make a snap throw. She's going to field it and make a snap throw, but not in time as Pugh comes back into first, kind of gets in the way of the ball as Tanner tried to double her back. So Scroggins flies out to center for the first out of the top of the fourth. This is Janlin. She grounded out to Taya in her first trip. First pitch to hers up for ball one. Pugh, the Lady Tiger at first. She draws a 4-pitch walk to lead off this inning. Crowell with a snap throw to first behind the runner. Not in time. Janlin, the Lady Tiger second baseman. A 2-0 to her. Up for ball three. So Roden falls deep in the count here, 3-0. Lady Tigers hitting with one out. And that single runner at first. 3-0's taken outside for ball four. So the Lady Tigers draw 2 walks here in the top of the fourth. Have runners at first and second. And this will bring up Lovett, who is the designated hitter. Coach Tiller's going to take a second to chat. It seems to be the times that we get ourselves in trouble. We give the free bases.
Yep.
If we make them hit and make them earn it, we generally have an okay time, as most pitchers do. He wants to change the flow of this so far. So this is Lovett. Lovett struck out looking on an inside fastball her last time. Lady Tigers at first and second. First pitch from Roden. Fouled back for strike one. Might have got a little help there, and sometimes that's all you need.
Yep.
When you're having a little trouble finding the zone. 0-1 here from Roden. Is a changeup in. Good spot for a changeup. Ball down. Evens the count at 1. Lovett's going to hit the ball up the middle. Tiller's going to backhand. Going to get away from her, though.
I think you got her.
He calls her safe. Tiller backhands but can't field it clean. And can't flip for the force to Dotson. That's going to go down as an infield single for Lovett. And this will bring up Evans. She grounded out to the shortstop her last time. So Lady Tigers load the bases. First pitch taken for ball one outside. Ball hit hard to the corners here, comes to the plate. Ball's hit hard to Dotson. Dotson's going to flip to Tiller. Tiller's going to have to hurry. Not going to be in time, but they're going to get the fielder's choice.
Mount Pleasant scores a run.
Yep. So fielder's choice 6-4, but just don't have enough to get her at first to turn that double play. So that's going to score the first run for Mount Pleasant. 3-1's a score here. Lady Panthers lead. And this will bring up Gray. Gray takes the first pitch outside for ball one. Evans will move to second as the ball gets away from Crowell. Gray singled to center her last time on a sharp ground ball. One 1-0 here to Gray. 1-0 out, taken for ball 2. Lady Tiger left fielder here with a chance to do some 2-out damage. Ball hit straight up. Stutz is going to call everybody off and going to come make the play. But Lady Tigers threaten, and they do score 1. Cut the lead to 2 here as the Lady Panthers will go into the bottom of the 4th, up 3-1. This is Lady Panther softball here on the High Forest Sports Network.
All right, we're back. Bottom of the 4th.
Stutz hit one out to center. She's going to track it down. So 1 pitch, 1 out.
I was just texting you.
As Stutz hits a fly ball out to center field. So 1 pitch, 1 out. This brings up Adkins. She struck out swinging her last time. Pew to the plate. Fouled off as it gets to the backstop. Lady Panthers lead here 3-1. 0-1 to Atkins is taken for strike 2. Lady Panthers here hit with 1 out after the fly out from Stutz. 0-2's down and away. Carey's going to go down swinging for the second time. And that's the second out here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch, Crowell fouls straight back into the screen. Brooklyn struck out looking her first time. Strike 3 was a little bit outside, in my opinion, but maybe too close to take, I guess. 0-1. She fouls off the right side over the first base dugout. So 0-2 the count here to Brooklyn. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. She'll take ball 1 outside. Good 2-strike pitch. Ball's popped up. Second baseman calls it, and she'll make the play. Pretty quick 4 there, Coach.
Yeah.
Pretty quick 4.
So, after 4, Lady Panthers lead by 2.
We're hearing a good one. A pitcher's duel.
Yep.
With Mount Pleasant.
We'll be right back. we're back, getting ready to start the fifth inning. Lady Panthers lead by a score of 3-1.
A good shot, Brooklyn Crowell. Lady Tigers tack on a run in their last half. Lady Panthers still lead 3-1. We need to squash any of this thoughts of coming back. We don't need any of that happening. Roden comes back out on the mound. Ball taken down to Haywood, who struck out looking her last time. 1-0 here from Roden. Taken for ball 2. Lady Panthers will be at home tomorrow for Senior Day. They'll take on district rival Hickman County. I think the senior night festivities start at 4:30. 2-0. Oof. He says is a ball. So 3-0 the count here on Haywood. Senior night festivities start at 4:30. Game to follow that. 3-0 taken for a strike. Lady Panthers lead the district with a 3-1 record. 2 games this week should settle all that out. Ball hit hard to short. Ooh, took a terrible hop right at the end. Bounces up and catches Dotson in the shoulder. The Lady Tigers will have another leadoff runner aboard. This is Devers. Sack bunter last time. Wouldn't be shocked if she bunts again. It's always good when you're having some success, Coach, but we're in the driver's seat for the district tournament here in softball. They've had a good run over the last couple years with Coach Tiller. 1-0 squares, and she'll pull back. That'll be ball 2. But, with the Stutz must have got stepped on. Stutz gets stepped on at first. Lady Tiger's going to be safe. 2-0's the count here to Devers. Stutz.
I can't tell.
I don't know if she got stepped on or cleated maybe as she came back. Gives us a chance, though. We were talking about program success. Michaela Dotson, the junior shortstop, signed to further her college career today at Jackson State. So that'll give us 3 scholarship softball players as she follows senior Sophie Stutz and Clara Tanner, as they had already signed to play. So Dotson signs as a junior, letter of intent to end up at Jackson State. So if you're tracking program success, that's pretty good. Ball's up. Fouled straight back. Crowd comes out and just can't get there. So 2-1 to count here to Devers. Sack bunter last time. Squared that time. And just couldn't get it down. Haywood's a runner at first. That ball's going to go high and hit off the post and too far away from Brooklyn, and she turned to get it and couldn't.
Yeah, I think that was closer to me than it was to Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think so.
That was up there.
Takes a count 3-1.
Slipped out of the hand.
Lady Tigers with another runner in scoring position. Here with nobody out in the top of the 5th. That ball's going to be hit out to right. Cabry's going to come get it. So Cabry comes and makes a play and a strong throw to third. Haywood not going to attempt to tag from second. So the first out of the inning on a fly out to right as Cabry comes to get it. And this will be the leadoff man for the Lady Tigers. This is McNeil. A line out to second and a ground out to second. She's 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch taken high for ball 1. One of those hit out to right. It's looped. And it takes a funny bounce. Good strong throw. They were yelling 2 from the dugout. Instinctually, she grabs it and throws it to third. Man, what a funny hop. Ball's got some serious spin coming off the bat today. But McNeil singles to right. And that puts Lady Tigers at second and third here with 1 out in the top of the 5th. Lady Panthers lead 3-1. But Lady Tigers threatening a rally here. 1-0. Ball up and away for ball 2. Roden still on the mound for the Lady Panthers. Pretty good so far through 4 1/3. A 2-0 taken on the outside corner for strike 1. This is Pugh. She drew a 4-pitch walker last time. Two one up. She takes ball 3. That ball's going to be lifted to right up against the fence. And that'll fill the count up. Juliana pitching here with a full count to her counterpart, Pugh. As we're playing with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. 3-2 pitch. Ball outside for ball 4. Pugh's going to draw her second walk. This is Scroggins, the shortstop. 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out to Dotson at short and a fly ball out to center to Tanner. She hits with them here loaded. First pitch down and away for ball 1. A 1-0. Taken for the throw comes all the way to the plate. So Crow attempts to pick one off third. Ball gets down the third baseline as Keltner can't handle it. And Smith comes to field it, throwing to the plate to get the lead runner. So runners move to second and third. So Lady Tigers add a run here. Cut the lead to 3-2. Runners at second and third. Scroggins takes ball 3. She's going to hit it out to center. Tanner gets a late jump. She's going to make the throw to the plate. She's going to swing through it. And Pugh with a heads-up base run in play. Scroggins flies out to center. Sack fly for her. Ball gets away from Crow on the throw to the plate. And a heads-up base run in play by Pugh. She comes second to home. That'll put 2 runs on the board for Mount Pleasant as they're going to take a 1-run lead. So there's 2 outs here in the inning. But the Lady Tigers take a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 5th. Ball's hit out to right. Atkins is going to step back and field the ball off the bat of Janlin. That'll end the 5th inning. But Lady Tigers put 3 on the board and take a 4-3 lead after their half of the 5th inning. So the Lady Panthers are going to have to answer the call again as we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 4-3. Mount Pleasant leads as we bring you Lady Panther softball here on the High Forest Sports Network.
All right, we're back. Bottom of the 5th. We're back at the top of the lineup.
Yep. Lady Tigers tack on 3 in the top of the 5th. They take a 4-3 lead as we go into the bottom here. But the Lady Panthers do up 1-2-3. Dotson, Tiller, and Tanner. She's going to smoke the ball to third. One hopper over to third is going to be fielded there by Evans. Strong throw, and 1 pitch, 1 out as Michaela grounds out to third. This will bring up Tiller. Dotson, that fresh signee today as she signs to play with Jackson State. I guess in year 2028, 2027? 28, I guess. Ball slapped to third, off the third baseman's glove. Tiller's going to be safe. It's hard to know, boy. Man, it is. If you don't charge, she's safe. If you charge, she hits it right at you. That's hard. There's one out here in the bottom of the 5th. Taya's at first. Claire's going to take the first pitch she sees for strike 1. I think if I'm coach here, I got to put Tiller in motion. There he does. Good play. Taya still second on the pitch. That ball was taken high from Tanner. So Tanner here, even in the count at 1, with 1 out. Tiller's in scoring position. Ball's hit into center. That's over her head. She's burned. Ball up against the fence. He's going to send Tiller. Tiller around third. She's going to score. Tanner's going to ease into second with a stand-up double. You can't play her straight up. And we've seen that a little bit. Some of the defensive strategy in the last few weeks, they've been playing the middle of our order pretty deep.
Yeah.
And trying to play the ball in front. This is Carroll. Carroll a single to center and a single to left. Both hard hit balls. And she was due some. She's been hitting the ball hard and just right at folks. Oh, 1 for ball 1. Ball 2 in the same spot. 2-1 to count here to Carroll. Tanner's a runner at second. She ties the game on a double to center. Scores Tiller. Really 2 for 2. 2 singles on the day. RBI in the first at bat. She smokes one to left. That ball's over her head. That's going to one-hop the fence. He'll send Tanner. We're going to take the lead there. Carroll's going to walk into second. So back-to-back doubles. Tanner and Carroll. Braley will get her second RBI of the day. And Lady Panthers will go back ahead 5-4 here. This is senior third baseman Kenley Keltner. Keltner's got a couple of ground outs to the shortstop. This one's going to go to third. And off her glove, and she's not going to throw it to first. That'll put Lady Panthers at first and second. You know, one thing about it, pitchers are not taking any time to pitch it, and we're not taking any time to see it.
No.
If it's close, we're hacking. Braley's at second. Keltner's at first. First pitch to Roden's taken for ball one down and away. Lady Panthers hitting here with one out. 1-0. He's hit to left. That ball's past the third baseman. Carroll will be held at third. Ball's going to come to the plate. This will be Ruddle. Ruddle will be the courtesy runner for Roden after her single to left. So base is full of Lady Panthers. Carroll at third, Keltner at second, and McCully Ruddle is the courtesy runner for Roden at first. That'll bring up Stutz. She singled to center her first time and flew out to center her last time. I wonder if the thought crosses his mind at all about bunting the ball here. Especially if they're deep.
Yeah, I don't think
Not expecting
you
it
got
for
to
sure.
catch them on their toes for sure, because unlike baseball, you can't get that lead and you can't really
All right,
squeeze.
He's going to flex run here, so he's going to go to the flex, and that's Olivia Smith. So Olivia is playing left today. Braley's hitting for her, but he's going to use his flex player to run. So this is senior Olivia Smith out in left today. So she'll take over at third. Now she's got wheels. Third baseman's in a couple steps. First baseman's in a couple steps also. So I don't know about catching them off guard. Not bunting. The first pitch to Stutz, she swings through. Falls behind here 0-1. There's one out. Bases loaded. She's going to smoke that ball to center. No need to bunt. Ball hit hard. He's going to round Keltner. Keltner's going to come with a throw. Throw to the plate. Is in time. So a great relay is center to Janlin to the plate, and a great tag from Devers, and they throw Keltner trying to score from second. But we tack on another run as Sophie singles to center with an RBI. So Ruddle, the runner at second, Stutz at first after her single. This is Atkins. A couple strikeouts on the day. That ball's popped up to third. And the first pitch she sees will end the bottom half of the fifth. But the Lady Panthers answer with 3 runs of their own and take that 6-4 lead back. So a good answer after Mount Pleasant rallies a little bit. We'll head to the 6th. Lady Panthers lead 6-4. John Owen, this is Rob Inman. We're bringing you Lady Panther softball, and we're bringing it to you right here on the High Force Sports Network.
All right, we're back. Starting the 6th inning. Lady Panthers lead by a score of 6-4.
So Lady Tigers score 3 in the top of the 5th. Claw back in a little bit, but the Lady Panthers answer with 3 of their own and take that lead back 6-4. This is Lovett. She singled up the middle her last time, but struck out looking in her first plate appearance. She's way behind here, 0-2. Roden back out. 0-2 from her. And this ball's going to be popped into center. Tanner calls it. She'll make the play. That'll be the first out here in the top of the 6th. This is Evans. 2 ground balls to the shortstop. She's 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch to her is a change. First pitch to her was a changeup out. Crowd does a good job pulling that ball back across the plate. Just a little too far to get the call. Roden's going to get it into right. Atkins is going to come get it. So Evans is going to fly out to right. And that's out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Refreshing change from the last 2 innings. And this is Gray. Gray's going to take the change up for ball 1. She singled to center her first time and then popped out over to Stutz, middle of the infield. 1-0 foul straight back. Even the count up here at 1. Lady Tigers hitting here with 2 outs. 1-1 the count here to Gray. Ooh. Another changeup. He says it's high. That'll take the count 2-1. Brooklyn to the plate. That ball's popped up. Hit straight up. Whoop. And the wind's going to take it. Tanner's going to come nearly to the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
From center. But the ball got up, got a little wind to it. Tanner had to keep coming to get it after she'd already called everybody off. So it'll go down, fly out to center. So 3 up, 3 down here in the top half of the 6th. Lady Panthers still lead 6-4. As we're bringing you Lady Panthers softball live here on the High Four Sports Network.
All right, we're back for the bottom of the 6th. Lewis County leads, score 6-4.
Lady Tigers are going to make a change.
Is it a different pitcher?
Yep. So Gray's going to move to the mound, and she was out and left. And I'd say she probably just changed with Pugh. But Gray's the new pitcher. And she starts to line it in a little bit, but the first 4 warm-up pitches went pretty high to the backstop. I might watch one if I got a chance here. (9-1-2) due up for the Lady Panthers. This will be Crowell, Dotson, and Tiller. Crowell 0 for 2. Struck out looking her first time and popped out over to second. So your new pitcher for Mount Pleasant is Gray. Freshman catcher Brooklyn Crowell's at the plate. First pitch she sees is ball 1, taken outside. (6-4) the lead here for the Lady Panthers. We go into our half of the 6th. Second pitch taken up for ball 2. This Crowell now way ahead in the count here. Gray to the plate. That ball's up also. And that's the thing you find. There's not many teams around. Once you get past the 1, that have lots of pitching. Or if you can have one that can control a game. This will be the courtesy runner for the catcher. So this will be Jordan Turner. Freshman for freshman here. Turner's the runner at first. And then we'll get back to the top of our lineup with Michaela Dotson. Dotson 1 for 3. She's going to square the bunt and fake. Turner's going to take second. Dotson takes the first pitch for ball 1. Turner can fly, so if a ball hit into the grass, she scores. Outfielders are back a couple steps, as they should be. 1-0, Dotson takes for strike 1. Single to left was Michaela's only hit of the day. 1-1 taken outside for ball 2. She grounded out to third and flew out to right. Mixed in a single to left. Jordan Turner's a runner at second. 2-1 to Dotson is going to be hit up and over in toward right, but it's going to stay on the infield. Second baseman's going to make the play. That's Janlin. She eases under it and makes that play. Ball away, trying to go away. Just got under it a little bit. She pops out to second. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. Tiller 2 for 2 on the day. Walked in her other plate appearance. Bunted in front of the third baseman and she couldn't make a play. And then when she charged harder the next time, slapped one off her glove. 1-0 to Tiller. Swings through it. Strike 1. Evens the count up at 1. Playing here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Lady Panthers lead 6-4. Stay way ahead here 2-1. She's going to take ball 3 high. Way ahead here 3-1. The right fielder is shallow. If she gets one in the gap here, it's going to roll a while. She's going to top it to third, but foul. I'm not seeing her swing really for power from the left side. I'm sure she can. Boy, if she could pull one over to the right side. So 3-2 here to Tiller. She's going to take ball 4 up and in. And that'll bring up C.J. Tanner. Clara's already signed to play some college ball. Lady Panthers here at first and second. As Tanner swings through the first pitch she sees for strike 1. Jordan Turner at second, Taya Tiller at first. Clara here 0-1 with 1 out. Ooh. I don't know, buddy. He says strike 2. 0-2 the count here to Tanner. She's sitting here with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Lady Panthers lead 6-4. That ball's in. She gets in on her hands and hits it just far enough in between third and catcher that nobody can get there. 0-2 still the count. Claire's just fighting stuff off to get a better pitch. I believe she found that ball off. I didn't see it, but I heard it.
I heard something.
Come on. Come on, fellas. I believe that ball's hit straight down. Tiller laying on the line over at third. So he calls strike 3. Braley will come to the plate, and real quick, like she's behind, she's way up in the count here, 3-0. Braley 3 for 3 on the day with a couple RBIs, a couple singles, and a big double last time to left. 3-0 to her, taken for strike 1. We got Lady Panthers here, first and second. Jordan Turner at second. Tay at first. Ball hit into the gap, probably scores her all the way around. 3-1 to Braley. She swings through it.
2-2.
2-2 the count.
Yeah,
I thought it seemed awfully fast to be 3-2, but as fast as they've been pitching.
Foul ball.
She's going to swing through it. She does hit it, but the catcher does catch it. So that'll end the home half of the 6th inning. We're going to go to the top of the 7th. Lady Tigers need 2 to tie. Score 6-4. Lady Panthers need 3 outs, and let's get on home.
Yep.
This is Lady Panther softball right here on the High Four Sports Network.
All right, we're back to start the 7th inning. Lewis County leads by a score 6-4. Where are they at in their lineup?
This is 8-9-1, Coach.
8, 9, and 1. Let's get 3 outs and call this one done.
Yep. 8-9-1. Let's get 3 real quick. Like this is Haywood. $14 is going to hit for 20. They're up. That's Jackson. So she'll be on deck. She'll hit for Devers here in the bottom of the 7th.
You know, when we played them at their place on that play day, when they subbed in, those kids hit the ball well.
Yep. So the first pitch here to Haywood is taken down for ball 1. Juliana giving up 4 through 6. Back out for the 7th. 3 up, 3 down the last trip. 1-0 taken for ball 2. 2-0 away here. At this point, you just got to make them hit the ball.
Yep.
2-0. That ball's away. So she falls behind here 3-0. To the first hitter in the inning, Haywood here for the Lady Tigers of Mount Pleasant. They're just looking for base runners.
They got one.
And she draws a 4-pitch walk. Now, this is going to bring up Jackson. She's going to pinch hit for Devers. Sanchez is going to enter as a pitch runner. So Haywood draws the leadoff walk. Sanchez enters to run for her at first. This is Jackson, the pinch hitter for Devers, the catcher. Nobody out here. She's going to bunt. That ball's going to go to Roden, barehanded. Strong throw. That's out number 1. Now this brings up the leadoff hitter for Mount Pleasant. This is McNeil, who centered to right, singled to right her last time. Couple of balls over to Taya at second. She's 1 for 3 so far today. Sanchez moves to second. So McNeil will hit here with a runner in scoring position. 1-0 the count. Roden to the plate. Taken down and away for ball 2. Roden falls behind here 2-0 to the Lady Tiger leadoff man. The 2-0 to McNeil. Taking high and away for ball 3. So 30 here to 0-0. McNeil 1 for 3. Singled her last time to right. The 3-0 taken for ball 4. And she's going to draw a walk. So the Lady Tigers now with runners at first and second. And that's going to bring up Pugh, who started the game at pitcher. She grounded out hard in her first at bat to Taya and has drawn 2 walks since. Coach Carroll's going to call timeout and talk to his pitcher. Lady Panthers host Hickman County tomorrow. And with a big district game and a chance to take the district championship. Travel to East Hickman on Thursday, another district game. But our Lady Panthers lead the district so far. We're 3-1 in the district with a chance to host the district tournament. Anytime you're at home, it's better.
For sure.
Not an end-all, be-all, but it sure is nice. But tomorrow night is our senior night. We'd invite you out. I think the senior festivities start at 4:30, as we're going to honor our 4 seniors. But today, we're in the top of the 7th inning. We're playing with 1 out with a 6-4 lead for your Lady Panthers, but the visiting Lady Tigers have runners at first and second. And this is Pugh. Nope. Tiller takes a timeout to chat. Then he calls timeout. He's making a change. So Juliana goes 6 1/3. She gives up 4 runs, 1 of those unearned. So has a fair day on the mound. outside of the 3 walks. But each one of those came back to get us as they managed to put some hits together. So he's going to go to the pen. This is going to be Brayley Carroll, who was the flex or the DH for the flex. So Brayley gets warmed up here. We'll see about the change. Juliana goes at least in for a second. Crowell's going to stay behind the plate, and it looks like we'll just make the change straight. Carroll will come in for Roden. No defensive substitutions. So as we come back out, there'll be an out here in the top of the 7th. Lady Tigers at first and second. Brayley Carroll, junior pitcher, will be on the mound. Crowell will be behind the plate. Keltner at third, Dotson at short, Tiller at second, Stutz at first. Senior Olivia Smith in left, senior Clara Tanner in center, and junior Cabry Atkins in right. So as he's going to go to his workhorse, who eats up a lot of innings for us. But not going to mess around any longer. So playing here with an out. We're in the top of the 7th. Lady Panthers lead 6-4. This is Pugh. She started the game at pitcher for Mount Pleasant. First pitch from Carroll's taken up and away for ball 1. Pugh will draw a walk as she's drawn 2 today. 0 for 1 as she grounded out to second in her only official plate appearance. 1-0 on the inside corner for strike 1. That'll even the count up here at 1. Carroll to the plate. Ball's hit back at her right in the shin. She's going to field it, barehanded, and throw it. And she took that ball flush in the front of the shin. She's told him 3 times that she's fine, but he won't listen. I don't blame him. I'd go check on her too.
Yeah, she's a tough kid, though.
Oh, yeah. That ball was smoked. I don't know that she got her – she must have got her shin turned a little bit and took it off some meat. It sure looked like it was right on the bone, right on the front. But she handles the play as Pugh hits the ball hard up the middle. Hits Brayley in the leg. She barehands it. That's going to hurt in a few minutes. A lot worse than it hurts right now, I bet.
She better ice it.
Mm-hmm. But she does make the play and throws Pugh out at first for the second out of the inning. They're going to intentionally walk Scroggins. And this will bring up Janlin, who's 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. Grounded to second. She flies out to right. But she's going to hit here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Carroll to the plate. Ball's out for ball 1. That ball's on her plant foot. Ball hit her in that shin. That ball's hit up. Tanner's coming. She calls it. Everybody gets away. Tanner's going to come in and squeeze the fly ball out, and that'll end the ball game. And the Lady Panthers will take the game 6-4. Juliana Roden goes 6 1/3, 3-run ball, 3 earned runs. And Brayley will come on to get the last 2 outs and I guess a save. Surely they do that in softball, don't they?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
So Brayley Carroll will come in and get the save. Juliana Roden will get the win. Lady Panthers win 6-4. So we'll be back tomorrow night for senior night as we host Hickman County. Senior night festivities will start at 4:30. Game to follow. Big district game for our Lady Panthers as we're in the driver's seat to host the district tournament. If you get a chance, I think the weather's supposed to be pretty again tomorrow maybe. I don't know. I hadn't checked it.
Yeah, neither.
But I think so. I think rain this weekend, but it's going to be pretty tomorrow. But your Lady Panthers win 6-4. You're not doing anything tomorrow. Come on out and see us. Senior night versus Hickman County. For John Owen, this is